What's going on, YouTubes? Time for another recap. So, as we get into it, I'm going to show you what we called, how we called it, how you draw it up, and all the goods. So, in my journal channel here in the Discord, we'll start with a couple little small things that we had gotten into here on the SPY. I don't know why that always never holds the zoom in, regular junk Apple stuff. 604 and 6 cents, right? So that's the over under. If you notice, this is yesterday's golden pocket. We'll go over that. But the first call was short under 604 down to the gray box right here, 603.20. And then we were looking at a couple different areas on the Qs, green above 527.12, red below 527.12 on the QQQ. And we look for that upside. Now, I did break down a couple of little things here for the futures after hours. If NQ went over 21,550 in the gray box, it was going to return to 21,079. So we actually covered that last night. So let's get into how the day played out on predictions. All right, so first is the SPY. And again, I'm going to show you what I did, how I drew it after all this good stuff. So first big one on the SPY, we had an algorithm right here in the pre-market. Can you guys see that? You can. So we did the high-low from 603.46 to 602.97. We pointed the fibs to the upside, and then I said under 2618 Fibonacci will come down to the gray pocket, as you've seen my post in Discord. So we did get that beautiful little downside move from the 2618. And this is what made us most of our money today on the big ones. There's about 12 points to the ES on the way down. And then we had a couple different opportunities here for a no tag, okay? We only did 2 trades today, so it's not going to be crazy coverage. And then my other one was a short call from 605 back down. You see another big red candle I drew right here, or drawing rather, not really a candle. And I drew it down to the green target right here, and I told all my friends on the 5-minute chart, as soon as we're under the 10 SMA, short it, and it will come back down to here, because we have another 5-minute high-low right here on the 5-minute chart with no golden pocket tag. So if you would draw a Fibonacci right here from 604.16 to the lower of this 5-minute candle at 603.33, you'd notice that the golden pocket is not tagged. So when it went up and hit the big old GP of 605, which was the last part of the long call, you were going to come down to the golden pocket here for the short. Lo and behold, we got her. And let's see what it looks like on the QQQ prediction as well. So we went over on the Qs and actually wrote it up on the Qs. Let's see if I can find it. Hey, there we go. And I drew this all up for the chat before I left at 10 a.m. So I also, on this one, identified a no golden pocket tag on 9 a.m. So if you were to fib out the high-low right here, right, we were going to short 2. Let me delete the 15-minute opening and the algo. So you can see where the over-unders are in purple here. Just to pause for a second here. We got this really big algo right here. Golden pocket here, no tag. Purple is over under for me. So when it opened and held this, like I showed you guys in the beginning of the video for the Discord, you were looking long over the 526.71 or short into the golden pocket. It held long with divergence from SPY. Now, as you can see here that I labeled out for everybody, you might not be able to see it. It's a little small, but I said stay short and stop above, okay? So I had a price level right here. We have a bunch of them actually. And we labeled up that 15-minute that I just deleted on the top for resistance. And I said stop above or stay short. And I drew this big old red candle. And like I said earlier, it needs to be under 10 SMA 5-minute to short for momentum down. Short target, which is the VWAP. Let's take a look at to the right where I posted. Well, look at that. Lo and behold, we came to the short target. Now, if you do look, I said I wanted to get out early of this one in my channel. No, because I was screaming at everybody before I left on how to do this. This one is actually still open, oddly enough, isn't it? So this one, and even though I only drew the short range to here, because I only trusted the 15-minute back test with Qs and a test to the VWAP. So I did make this box the short, and I did say stay short in this whole range, and I did say target right here. No edits, so perfect anticipation there. So this 5-minute right here is still, to my invested knowledge, let's take a peek, untagged. It is. Okay. So we're going to move that to the right. We're going to notice that this golden pocket and this whole range is going to be a really big magnet for the algo. So we're going to be paying attention to 528.10 moving into the next couple trade days here for maybe price action coming back and back testing that golden pocket. But I just want to show you guys all the stuff that I called for my premium chat today. After 10 a.m. when I usually leave, I set a trade up like this and hopefully she works out. We've been doing pretty good on those trades lately, so not too bad. Nice and calm and cool and collected. So how did I get to this point? How did we make it all work, right? So on the SPY, I'll show you on a new chart just real fast. We'll break it down. And when we go into the last trade day here, we always fib out. So we're going to start from the daily, and we're going to come in to the top, to the bottom. And this is last trade day. And if you remember, we do this all the time on fibs. We actually fibbed this one and this one out last week. And we said if it stayed above this 50 retrace of the candle, halfway through the candle, we're going to go up to this 50 retrace of the candle before we dumped in. Well, we got her. So this is how we figured out the first tags of the day. Okay. So when I came into SPY and I said, this is where price action is going to get stuck. Okay. And we over-undered it, right? And then we had this little algo right here. So I drew yesterday's high-low fibs, and then I drew this guy right here for the algo that we identified in pre-market and we just talked about. Now this guy overlapped with the 50 creates a pretty good channel, right? So once we started failing that 2618 we talked about here from this algo in pre, we came washing back down and it became first target and golden pocket first tags, okay? So let's delete this one and just look at the dailies real quick. And as we notice here, here's the 50 fib, and this is the first time price action has been in yesterday's 50 fib, right? So it opened up and hit resistance immediately on the 604.10, straight down to the 603.14, straight up to the 605.05. You understand how these magnets work? They're very interesting for the golden pocket first tags. So this was the first interaction that the 50 fib got from yesterday's high-low Fibonacci, right? And it was on the bottom side. So the price action opened, hit, launched itself down to the first tag area here. And we said the pre-market open price, which is a pretty big over-under for us, would be support. That also tagged very nice and caused a big long. And that's where we got our 5-minute no GP tag short as well. And that all constituted off the other candle that we had made was the first 15. And I think we did the Qs a little bit. We did the first 5 on this one. On the Qs, we did 15, okay? Because we had a no tag 5. That's what it was right here. So the first 5-minute candle of the day that was also built in between the golden pockets here of the daily, we did this. And once we hit the pre-market open, we started curling back up, and I called a long right here above 603 into the GP right here. That worked out. And then continuation up. And we also called the top of the day with that no tag GP, because if you notice, the candle was created. This is the first 8:30 a.m. Central candle for me. In Central Time, we open at 8:30 a.m. No GP tag. No GP, no GP. So once we broke outside and then back inside the range, right? We had a chance to take on the GP, fill up the algo, which is just filling up the candle with no tags. And then price action came up. And then I called a back test of confirmation of support. So something broke out of 604.10, right? And came back and back tested 604.10. And as we continued all the way back up to the 2618 for resistance, that's where we called the tippity top for the trade day. Now, that is also overlapped with multiple other price levels, right? So the 5-minute open, obviously we had the pre-market high we utilized. We said the top was right here, 2618. That was developed right from the opening 5-minute Fibonacci. And that's where I drew my short up before I left my chat. And we had 2 big trades today. That was it. I think we're right around 2,600-ish for the day. Good way to start the Monday. If any of this stuff sounds good, you want to trade with us live, the link is in the description. We do this, we break this down live. And as you've seen in the Discord earlier, I post the trade plans as early as we can, and as they develop day by day, we talk about the trade plans that we had post. We give entry exits with the large red and green boxes of best practice entry and exits. This is not an alert service by any means. Please do not think that. If you come onto somebody's stream and you give them a measly $100 a month and they're going to just make you rich, you've already lost the game. That is not the mindset. But if you want to learn how to do this stuff day in, day out, I will be here streaming as we have been for the last 7+ years. So come on and join up if you want to. If not, we'll see you on the next free YouTube video. Also great. Thanks for tuning in. Take care, trade safe, and above all, stay curious. Take care, my friends.